G'day everybody, and welcome to the delayed stream. I was planning today to do a bit more work on assertive combat systems, try and get a lot of the background stuff done, a lot of the stuff to check whether I'm up to 50 ships, because I think I'm getting kind of close. And 50 ships was my goal for releasing this mod again as a proper released mod, and so I'd like to check how close I am. Last time I was working on Jexam's Valle Crucis, and I think I've come up with a better way of arranging the crew quarters. I'd struggled to come up with a design around this space that I really liked. It was just kind of not feeling quite right. And I think a big part of that was the way I'd arranged these tables. I've now changed them up, so instead of having some against this railing and some against this wall and all that, I've just gone with two 6-seater tables that fit actually really neatly into this space, through a vending machine in over here as well as the dispenser here. And I feel like this now feels like a refitted, so it's not a perfectly designed, intentionally this ship was for this, but it seems like what you would do with a refit where you're trying to turn what used to be tanks into a crew quarter. I've also changed up the stairs because a part of the problem that was leading to to this weird feeling around here was that the stairs were in the middle of the room. And they needed to be in the middle of the room because of the way that Space Engineer's stairs work and trying to double back stuff to things. So I went with the half stairs, and by moving them off to here, they now work really nicely on this level. Similarly, the top level, not so great, but I did put stairs down the other end as well, because I worked out a way to put them in here so that we can get down to here and into the passageways. So I took out one shower bathroom and just turned it into a toilet only. And then we've got the other ones with the showers and the toilet. In fact, should I? No, nope. That's how I should leave it. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty happy with this now. I think it works. And fortunately, YouTube is also working when Twitch is not. Frustrating. That means if I've got this in a... Oh, the other thing I did was add this... what are these tables called? Console blocks. In the middle of this open floor space area is kind of like a... This is where you get your mission briefing from after loading up your ammunition and weapons, and then exit out this side door. As I feel it works kind of nicely in that role. So yeah, happy with that. Sorry, I'm a bit out of sorts after the stream getting all thrown out of whack. Oh. So it's a bit different to what I was intending this morning to be. So that means this one is ready to go to match with its counterpart, the more warship one, which the internals were designed by Jexam. So this one's still ready to go, and that means I've got two versions of this ship. Ooh, checked myself out that door. Yes, Lone Wolf, we are fully live. This is me live on Flipsy because Twitch doesn't like me. Cool, so I need to rename this grid to something different. What shall we call this instead, given it's the crew version? Like the barracks version. There's a hole in the side of the ship. There is? There is? Where? Where's the... What hole? Which ship? Oh. Yes. Yes, that would be a hole. Let's fix that hole. That should not be a hole. That's better. Whoops. Tempe Transis, Barren Desert. So, Valley Crucis is... I keep wanting to say Valle. And... Oh yeah, that's right, of course. Crazy high latency with YouTube streams. Gotcha. It's a speed hole. So the Valley of the Cross, or... Can't think of a clever play on the fact that it's carrying a whole bunch of people. Could just call it B for Type B or barracks. That could be the lazy option. DL12, yes, Capac's car is still broken, or at least it's at the mechanics. He's expecting to pick it up on Friday. Alright. Yep. It's horrible. But I could do that. Data Trader, not yet. I've got a few VODs left to be uploaded on Flipsy. Well, left to be released on Flipsy. I've got the LCD one. I've got Generation Zero, which I was hoping to release last night, but unfortunately, YouTube was taking a long time to process it, so it'll come out later this week, I would think. I'm not going to release any stream tonight because I've got a special new series starting on my main channel tonight, so that'll be the only video released tonight, and then I'll have something come out on Thursday and Friday. Blowing rock. Jackson, that sounds a little bit wrong. How exactly does the mod work? Locations, factions, ship spawns. Yeah. The mod works by spawning this stuff all through the modular encounters spawner framework. Yeah, let's just call it the Crucis. I'm going to call it that on the ship, but I'm going to leave the antenna the same. And yes, the new series should be exciting because it is something very different for my main channel. I mean, Capac's still there, so that's not that different, but it is very different. And I'm really excited to see what people think of it. Sure it is, Jax. Oh, it sounds like it could be some sort of volcano, I guess, that's spewing rock. Alright, so we've done that. Name is correct. Oh, Jackson was concerned that I'd broken a few things with these, but it looks good. with the copy paste. Need to run through the checklist on this one. Glad to hear it, Spock, because I'm looking forward to it too. Hey! Hey, Cosdiver, thanks again, man. Thank you so much. The new show, it's a mystery that will be revealed in 10 hours, just under 10 hours. Though I did, hang on, I did do the thing, the teaser thing. Where'd I save that file? Nope, that's not the folder I wanted to open up. There. That. This. This was the teaser for the new series. And a lot of people have already figured it out, but that's fine. It wasn't meant to be... it wasn't meant to be a subtle hint. I just thought it'd be a bit of fun to do a teaser without fully saying it out loud. The new series will not be a stream. It's an edited series, fully edited series. So you can watch it when it works for you. And it'll be every Wednesday. It won't be premiering because it's a fairly short video, as in I only like to do premieres on stuff that's an hour or at least. Because, well, you know, if it's any shorter than that, it feels a bit odd. So let's blueprint you. Let's blueprint you. Let's copy you. And export. And copy you and export. No, copy operation fails. And export. Jackson, I just saw your post in Discord proving that Blowing Rock, North Carolina is a real place. No, Valkyrie, I never did finish my Space Engineers roller coaster. It's something I'd like to go back to at some point, but I've kind of got... for my stream times, I've kind of got a bit of a priority battle going on at the moment. I want to get Assertive Combat Systems ready to go from, like ready to release so that I can use it in my series properly. And because I've got a plan for another new Space Engineers series in the next few months, which will probably be a stream series, I want to have it ready for that. So I want to kind of push and get this this mod ready to use. Then I've also got... I really kind of want to play some single player games on stream on Twitch, because there are things like Stationeers and relearning it that I want to do. I want to... Empyreon just did a big update, which I wouldn't mind checking out. A few things like that. Then also I would like to get back to the thing that was supposed to be my 100,000 subscriber special on YouTube, which never got finished, which is the roller coaster and everything. So, yeah. And thanks, Lone Wolf. Thanks, Lone Wolf. I can't form words. Right. So, what have I done? I have got... this. Export. I have all these ships to add to the mod. And I also want to take pretty pictures of all these ships. So I've got nice pictures to put up on the mod page. And yeah. I think this might get me close to 50 ships. So if we have a look at mods, Assertive combat systems, data, prefabs. So atmospheric cargo ships. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 Atmo ships so far. And then space ones, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I've got 38 ships already. 38 plus the 10 that are here. So that's 48. I'm at 48. Whoa. I was not expecting that. I only have 2 more ships. No, I deliberately skipped some that were variations on a design as opposed to... Sorry, I have 47 because I've doubled up on the Valet Crucis. I deliberately... If it's a variation on a particular design, it's not an extra ship. I'm counting completely different hulls. Also, I feel like I should have said, I'm not feeling confident enough in my Spanish today, Cos Diver. I feel like I should have said something. I really need to get back to learning my Spanish. I want to get back to Mexico again. It's been too long. But stupid COVID. All right, so I've got 3 ships left. I kind of feel like I might do those ships. So the 3 ships that need to be done before we get to complete, get to 50, it's not complete, but 50 will be this one. And this one. And this one. Yeah. It's just hesitating for a second because I couldn't remember whether this was a drone or not. So we have 3 to go. Although maybe I should just finish this batch. Perhaps. Perhaps. So, I guess let's work on this ship then. That sounds like more fun than doing all the, all the behind the scenes stuff. Especially when I am so close. Welcome here on the island anytime. Island? Which island? The only Mexican island I went to was Isla Mujeres, which was amazing. Even though when I was last in Mexico, I was there when it and Cuba were hit by Hurricane Michael, which yeah, okay, Cosimo. It was hit by Hurricane Michael, which, ironically, is my first name. I think I might extend this pitch out a bit so I got a bit more room for a cockpit in here. And yeah, I agree, Eisen. I think doing the whole batch is the right move. Still feels okay. So all of these designs in this current batch were submitted designs. They're all things that people submitted way back in 2019. But yeah, it's so they're all done by other people, but I take them and then I splitsify them. Oh yeah, symmetry mode. Thank you. Thanks, Ostuga. Yeah. There we go. We have symmetry. Splitsy's using symmetry. It's a miracle. Let's go with that block. Oh, can't do that. That just looks weird. And this look weird too. Drat! Oh, actually that kind of works there. I'm going to leave that and see if it grows on me. Yeah, I butcher with permission. It's assumed consent. When you submit your ship, this is what's going to happen. Google searching healthcare people with first name Hurricane. Yeah, that's going to get you a long way. Yeah, let's do that. Looks a bit neater. And this bit on the side can go to one of these. Yeah, I'm happy with the middle bit being a bit different. I kind of like that. Thanks, Mike. Thanks so much. I don't watch Twitch, so this is my first live stream with you. Thank you so much for the entertainment over the years. You are very, very welcome. I think in the future, thanks to Twitch seeming to stuff me up in terms of performance lately a bit, I will jump on here whenever it starts doing that. If I can't get it working again. Since every time it happens, it seems YouTube's just fine. And yeah, I know a lot of you guys don't like Twitch for one reason or another, and that's kind of part of why I make sure that all the VODs go up onto Flipsy as well. So I want to make sure that everyone can watch in the format that they prefer. Needs a sombrero. No, no sombreros. No. Ever. Yeah, Groz, I do wonder if it had something to do with the Fastly issues that Twitch and BBC and everyone was having last night. I think that was the name of the company that was having the problems. Fastly or something. Yeah, I reckon I'm going to get rid of that bit. I think that should give me enough room once I put some glass on for a cockpit, if I make it pretty compact. Yes, Eisen, I am enjoying some of the new blocks. I try my best to not fall into that trap of someone who's been around for a long time not adapting to the new stuff. Having played Space Engineers as long as I have, it's kind of easy to get stuck in a trap of I'm just not used to that. I'm just going to stick with what I know. Which can get pretty dull. So I try my best to integrate new stuff as often as I can. Now, I wonder if I'm going to have to do something weird here. Yeah, I think that might have to happen. I didn't really think this through, did I? That doesn't work at all. That's a weird shape. It's going to be the least ugly way of doing this. In my day, we had 3 blocks and we liked it. Yep, the joys of trying to make Windows work in Space Engineers. And by that I mean the horrifying pain and suffering that goes along with trying to make window blocks work in Space Engineers. That's not the block I thought I had. What's the ETA of a mod like this from start to finish generally? When did I start doing this? I started taking submissions for this mod in October 2019. If I wasn't a content creator generally, I probably would have had more time to spend on it. But as I am, I've spent a lot of time doing other things when I could have been spending them modding. How horrible does that look? Oh, I really want the slopey, the nice slopey. Alright, not going to do that. I'm going to take this back again. How to give a time frame. Estimate the amount of time, then add one and go up a unit. So 2 days becomes 3 weeks. 6 months becomes 7 years. Yep, sounds right, Bandolier. Sounds very right. Nope, that's not the right way. Alright, let's go back to Windows. Start from the Windows and then I'll work the armor to that. Oof, that's not giving me much cargo space. Not much room at all. Also, that's 1 block too many. Forward. Back. Words. Let's not do that. That's terrible. Oh, hang on. Yes, let's do that. Followed by... Actually, I don't need to use, because there is a block that should work better. Yeah, that's what we want. I don't want to do this. Yeah, Dragnon. It was forced upon me. Yeah, well, that's kind of the thing. You start making some progress on the mod, and then you're like, oh, I need to do this thing. Oh, I need to do this thing. Oh, I need to... Oh, there's just so... There's a lot to do. Which, you know, is understandable. It's a... Like, they're big... They're kind of big works. these things sometimes. Just gonna try this out. There's no alternative to that. Might work. I might be able to make this work. Yeah, Twitch was having issues this morning and I couldn't stream to it, so we're here. And here is working just fine. How's that look? What do you guys reckon about that? I think that kind of works. Works from the side anyway. I might have to do something interesting with this armor to make that cutout more of a feature than an unintentional thing. Hey DE, or Nab, and or Nab. I'm presuming DE. No, there are no curved windows. That is not a vanilla thing. I might change these up to this block as well. Just to keep that sleek angular front going on. Then we can go with that. That. Yeah. And that. And then that's all the glass that it should need. Although I could probably do this just to have some extra glass in there. But then I'll see what else I can fit in once I put a bit of a bridge up here. Actually kind of happy with how this has come together. Especially since I can go back to... Hopefully this won't detach stuff. This here, like I had before. Let's turn off symmetry, because I don't want symmetry now. There we are. Yeah, Ryder. Yes. No, I've been through it a couple of times. Twitch is not behaving today, so I'm streaming here. And I may do that on occasion. Just to confuse and delight people. Let's bring this onto there. Let's get some light in here. And yeah, I used the Stingray as the stream thumb. Because I thought it'd be a bit of fun. Tracknon, thanks so much, man. Taking bets on if we'll get an item spawn of 10,000 today. Probably. We might do. It could happen. Oh... right. We need a bathroom. We've got a cockpit. This might be a single-man ship. That's not where I want to walk. Ugh. Don't think I want to go a full block out there, do I? Unless... Let's see how this works. In a weird way, I could end up gaining more space if I can do this and it still looks okay. Because then I gain the use of those single blocks out the side. Kind of. Yeah, I'm on board with this. For now, anyway. So then I can do this. I can pop a toilet there and do my usual shower there, which can then have a door if I want to put a door on it. And then go... just reading chat. You need enough room for a hippopotamus. What? 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 Why hippo, Jeremy? Where'd that come from? Oh, man. Sure. A hippo. Oh, cool. Bed. Bed go here. Yeah. Bed go there. Then... armory lockers there. Yeah. This is working out. This is coming together. Wow, that is a seriously reinforced bathroom. Yes. Yes, it is. I'm going to, I think, change up this door to a slidey door. No, I don't want to change it up. Forgot about the roof lines. Presumably someone in the shower is not going to allow someone else into the toilet. Or vice versa. Although, you know, this is meant to look like it has a door in it. In fact, it's almost a pity. I do wonder whether it'd be better for them to put a light into the shower or to move the door bit for the bathroom onto the block with the shower. I think that's more complicated. I think just adding a light to the bathroom would be lovely. Bathroom, aka panic room. That'd be a good double function. having your bathroom be a panic room. Let's go and put a... sure, that one. And... I might just have to go against the wall. Got a dispenser. We got a couch. We got a cockpit. Got a sleeping area. Got a bathroom. Oh, that's a good point, William. The lit passage block would make a good single block elevator. Do the collisions work for it? Yeah, I want to test this now. Sidetracked. Who had the Splitsy bingo card for Splitsy gets sidetracked? Let's just test this out because I'm intrigued. A stroke of the brush does not guarantee art from the bristles. That's... Huh. That is an interesting quote, Stills. Thanks, man. Thank you very much. Really gotta break my habit of saying thank you that way. What if you're not a man? Where's my pistons? I don't have pistons. I kind of use it interchangeably with mate, which is not gender specific, typically. Where is it? So if we put a block on there, then let's put the passage with a light on. Okay. Does this collision work? No. It's not super happy. Yeah, it's really not happy. I think you could get away with that on a fixed structure, but yeah, it's not ecstatic about it if you do this on a ship. I think that's a good way to crash. Does work though. It's just not super happy about it. Cool. Well, that's interesting. Not really relevant for this mod because I don't use any thingamajiggies in here. Any subgrids, but interesting nonetheless. Yeah, I'll do that. I don't normally go for the sleek cockpit design on big ships. I'm really happy with how this has turned out. Maybe I can learn a few things here to take into the booze bus. What else should we have in this space? I don't really know that we're going to fit a table that's going to look right, because we can't use these two blocks here. In fact, I've only got these two blocks, this and this. So I might just leave it as is, because I need space to put a light. Like so. The booze bus is getting there. I thought I'd do the dispenser, or the dispenser? Yeah, dispenser. Instead of the kitchen for this one. And I kind of like the see-through rack instead of the locker behind the couch. Yeah. Got lights. The remote block's hidden somewhere up in here, I think, from memory, but I will obviously have to check that. I can probably replace one of these programmable blocks, which is here solely for style, with it anyway. I'm going to need to figure out where to put the antenna as well. Okay, cool. So do we have a remote? I don't think I do. I think I have gotten rid of it. Yeah. No remote at the moment. Yeah, the data trader. We are now on a private, local hosted game. I am hosting the game. I was going to set it up as a server. Unfortunately, with the way Capac and I are operating out of an office, and we don't have access to the router, so I can't port forward from a local server that I was going to host it on. And I didn't feel I could justify setting up an externally hosted server for Kanajashi to be able to connect to. So I'm just local hosting it and using Steam for him to connect, because that can get through it. Yes, Jackson, that is potentially true. There might be a point near the end of the submissions where every third ship is yourself, Eisen, or Dragnon in some order. Maybe I'll have to get you guys to guest update your ships in real time, and I can judge you and critique as you build. So, antenna. Let's get rid of the landing gear, because that's not going to be a thing. I think what I might do is pop those 3 out. That. Get rid of those 2. Then pop the antenna in here and see how this looks. Oh dear, I can imagine you would love getting in on the critiquing. It does have a bit of a Thunderbirds vibe to it. That's true, Tommaso. Yeah, I wasn't sure whether to put the antenna there or somewhere in the spine. The trouble is, Space Engineers' large grid antennas are just so dang huge that to put it in the middle here, I'd have to make the middle fatter, and the thin line down the center is kind of a major feature of this ship. The other option, I guess, would be to pop it in on one side of this doorway. But I feel like asymmetry would ruin the lines of this ship. Also, I'm going to have to figure out where to put lifting thrusters on this ship. This ship currently has no lifting thrusts. No subgrids. Subgrid's bad. Use the dish. I'm not using it! Stop making me want to put... Stop tempting me with the sombreros. No, this is... Raymond, this will be planetary bound. This is an atmospheric ship, so that's why no vents or pressurization. Also, I tend to fake a lot of these ships. Like, they'll look roughly like they should work in terms of survival needs, but they won't. It allows me a lot more flexibility in terms of the storytelling elements of it. So how does this one person live on this ship? The stuff that it kind of looks like it would, but if you really know Space Engineers, you'll know immediately it ain't right. Who needs lifting thrusters? All you need is imagination and a lot of blind hope. Yep. Lifting thrust. How am I going to do lifting thrust? I'm going to have to put the wings back on. But how am I going to do the wings so they look interesting? I don't want big thrusters either. I want little ones. Forward, back, nestled into the tail. can probably get left and right nestled in there as well. Let's grab that blue. Yeah, Ryder, this design has some inherent flaws, shall we say. And I am quite okay with that. I like the idea of some of these designs having inherent flaws that if you can manage to hit the right spot, you'll shoot the loot right out of the sky. Which may not be your best idea. Because if you shoot it out of the sky, you can't loot it. I think that might look better in white. I think the blue sticks out too much, and this doesn't stick out too much on the side and with those dark bits. Yeah, that works. Little pods behind the cockpit on either side of the beacon area. Yeah, that might be a way to go for lifting thrust. Give it a drilling ship and a welding ship and you'll have Thunderbird 2 to a certain degree. Possibly. Sassing, that could be why all the passengers are dead, because I never provide them survival needs. It could be. Oh, dang it. That's going to be needed. But since I've done that, that feels like... Oh, actually... Let's go this way a bit. I'm really expecting at some point for me to snap this ship in half. I feel it. I feel it coming. Integral thrusters in tail. Fishbone, that's what it looks like. Yeah, kinda. Slim down the original wing design. Single pontoon with lifting thrust. Greebled in with grates or plates. Now, let's just have a look. I think the sci-fi thrusters are going to work better here anyway. But probably... I don't think I want them up high. I think I want them down lower. I was thinking something like that. So that gives me 8 lifting thrusters, which should be plenty. Especially if I design a bit of a homespun cargo pod that's not just a large cargo container, but is a small cargo container with some design around it. Yes, bisection, literally a right click away. Toa Dracua, you would have to go over to Big Ol' Bear's Twitch channel and ask him if he has any objections with that name. I think he's streaming at the moment, so I can't ask him. Because this is Big Ol' Bear's ship. Or was. When I started. Oh, yeah, that feels like it could work. Then I think we need to go that, and that. What do you guys reckon? What about that shape? Should I expand it further? Hashtag blame Capac, Takamiki. Always hashtag blame Capac. Even when he's not there. I think I kind of like that shape. I wonder... Nashty, does Splitsy actually code or just use others' code? I can't say that I code. That'd be such a lie. I can. Like, it's a thing that has been known to happen, but I'm really bad at it. So it takes me a really, really long time. And he's really stressful and really frustrating. Is that better or worse? Oh, dang it. So the reason I was thinking of doing this is because it should make it easier for me to create a transition underneath for the size that to hide the thrusters. Yeah, Splitsy XMLs or Splitsy muddles. That's about the limit of it. I'm not... I would love to be better at it, but it's just something I'm not good at. Yeah, I think I preferred it the other way too. Think if I was going to... Oh, is that even connected? That's not even connected. That's why I was having issues. Think if I was going to do the extra bit, I'd have to do a lot more extra bit. Hey, Zasync. No, hashtag blame Capac. It's always blame Capac. Capac. It's always his fault. It's his fault I can't talk. He wants to try and blame me when I'm not around. I'll do the same back. Now, I think this could end up working okay. Yeah, that does work. See, there's a special kind of evil with me having to say thank you for people saying blame Splitsy. Grr. Spanked Reds, I think. Not fair. What do I think of the Weapon Core tournaments? I think Zoc has done an awesome job organising these tournaments. The ones that I've seen, they look like they're a whole heck of a lot of fun. I don't think I'll get involved in terms of fighting in them for largely lag reasons. Oh yeah, I could just put a couple of cargo in there. I was actually thinking of moving this merge block back a bit to kind of center it where the lift is. Or just a bit behind there. And then actually hanging something off it. Yeah, DE organizing, yeah, I know. He's hosting, as in, like, TV show hosting. Yeah! Thanks so much, Spectred. Yes. Hashtag blame Carback. Thank you. You made me feel a lot better. Let's lose the beacon. Don't need the beacon. Batteries have we got on this thing? 4. Alright. Just put batteries all the way through so I know I can remove one. We'll get a gyroscope up here because we don't have one. Gyro. Lose the other PB. Would parachutes be good or bad for these builds? I haven't put parachutes on any of these builds yet. But I'm not against the idea. No, Soul Train, these ships aren't available on the workshop. Well, the original designs are. The ones that people submitted to me are. But my versions are not, and they won't ever be. The reason being is I want these ships to only be found in the mod, so the way for you to find them and run into them is to meet them in the mod. And then you can do your own work to them, you can update them, you can change them, you can adapt them, but I really don't want these designs posted as their separate blueprints, because it takes away some of the discovery stuff with them, and there's so little discovery in Space Engineers as it is that I really don't want to get rid of what little we still have. Put a parachute on the front of this thing. Maybe. Maybe. I'll think about it. What? Did I put the wrong... No, I didn't put it. I put a full block. Let's do this. I need to cover those blocks up a bit. So I'm just gonna... like this. I think that needs to come forward. There we go. Yeah, horrible, Barry. If you did want the blueprints, you could extract them from the mod and you could do things that way. But if you're going to go to that effort, you're taking away your own fun, I think. Ideally, the wings would be half a block higher, not a full block higher. If they were 1 block higher, then they'll be the highest point on the ship. So I think this is better. Let's bring that sun back around. There we go. I'm pretty happy with this. We've got all the directions. We've got a gyro. We've got a remote control. Let's check out how much lift this has before I start putting weapons on it. This thing's going to need a couple of guns. And where is my script? I had it somewhere in here. Flat desk script, there it is. Okay, this can almost lift in 2G. Or 1.9. It's very close. So it has plenty of lift. It can probably survive on a 1.6G world. Which is enough. Yeah, I can see that, Dan. Being a bit like Star Fox ships. I can definitely see that. Okay, where can we gun? Yeah, there are no cargo containers on it at the moment. I'm tempted to... Let's... Where'd I put that piston? There. Let's do this then. Fine. Got our... connection there. Ooh. What if... Oh, I thought I put them on my hotbar. I haven't. I think I got rid of it after last time. That. Would I turn a couple of tanks into some sort of thing it's carrying? Hide a battery, they're too exposed. I don't know, if you're getting to these batteries, you're doing pretty well. If you manage to shoot all of them. But again, it's up to you. If you shoot them all, you depower the thing, it's going to crash into the ground. And it's actually going to be really... it's not going to give you any loot of any use. Let's try this. See how this looks. Armed warheads on the merge block. That would be interesting. Be cruel if this thing ever crashed on your base, but it'd be interesting. How's that look? It's not quite what I was imagining. I think it's the irregular shape that I've ended up with. That's not quite right. Hang on. Maybe I'm thinking about this the wrong way. Maybe I should just have cargo, 2 little cargo containers. That looks more interesting. Yeah, it is a lot of ship for the for a small payload. Maybe it's a valuable payload. Who knows? Yeah, Giant Panda, it normally is on Twitch, but Twitch is not behaving for me today, so I decided to come here. Yeah, maybe I'd... I wish there was an easy way to do a poll in these chats, but there isn't. Oh yeah. That's not a bad idea, Eisen. How does that look? I mean, the other option, I suppose, is to carry two of these, to put two merge blocks in there and have two of these little modules. That could work. Oh, yeah, I could put a parachute on the payload. Wonder if... Oh, but there's no battery. There's no battery on the payload. You think the payload should be wide and flat. It can't be more than 3 blocks wide, though, because then these thrusters will burn it. Which is a problem. That's not where I wanted those. Let's see how that looks. That does look a bit more reasonable. If this was, since this is an atmospheric ship, it would be very strange if these things weren't oriented in the most streamlined direction. Even though, you know, we don't really have to worry about streamlined stuff in Space Engineers. But I feel like, given the rest of this ship has quite a sleek aspect to it, it would be odd. No, I'm not planning on making something that drops nukes on player bases. There's a mod that does that already, though, that takes advantage of modular encounters. That is scripted to have nasty stuff dropped on your base. Thanks so much, Kylebug. Thank you. They do look a bit like bombs. I mean, I could put explosives in them rather than warheads. Yeah, let's do that. I'll put This is an explosives carrier. So unfortunately, that means there's a gun over the window of the bed. How does that look from the bed point of view? Better than if I had it all exposed. Yeah, they're cheap guns. Yeah, Tommaso, I feel like this would be a high value, high speed courier ship. It's not taking the cheap stuff. It's, you know, you're paying when you're getting this guy to do your deliveries. So you want to use it. You'll only use this courier sparingly. And I think we could have... yeah, that might actually be enough guns. Got the two big guns, you got two anti-personnel ones. I mean, what I could do, I guess, is put a pair of them here on the batteries if I wanted to up armor it a bit more. And that'd definitely be enough. Oh yeah, I know there's poor arcs of fire on the interior turrets. Ironically, in my experience with interior turrets, if you make it harder for them to hit the player, at least when the player is Capac, it actually seems to kill him more. Because he'll get up there and he'll be like, oh, there's no turrets here. Da, 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 bang, shot, dead. Because he'll be right up close to the turret. Whereas if it's got a full arc of fire, he'll notice it from 800 meters away, and so be cautious around it. So you're just much better off having things a little bit hidden, a little bit sneaky, so that they'll only hit you from certain angles. No, this has forward, a reverse thrust, left, right thrust, and lift thrust. It doesn't need down thrust anymore. No, Soul Train, this mod is not available yet. It is approaching release readiness. That's what I'm aiming for. When I finish this batch of community submitted ships, I'll have more than 50 ships in the mod, which is my goal, to have 50 for release. I will then work on all of the difficulty settings so that we've got easy, medium, and hard spawns. So some of these ships will spawn with drones escorting them to begin with. Once you're at a high enough threat level. So if you approach from the rear, you'll be hit by the interior turrets from here, the big turrets from here, but if you do manage to get in close and up to here, you'll be in a nice no man's land, and I kind of like that. Yeah, DE. I'm not that far from Jan 2020. Not that far. But yeah, once I've got all of the core part of the mod with the difficulty settings, it'll be a lot easier for me to do a ship on the stream, add it to the mod, release the mod with the updated thing with that new ship in it, that same stream. And that's kind of my goal, is to make it so that I can have all of the necessary pieces that each stream I do like this, I finish a ship and then I release it. And then I finish another ship and then I release it. So that the mod is regularly growing with more content. Because at the moment, I just wanted that big base of stuff first before I got to that, before I started working that way. I think I would like to... Yeah. Yep. I'm happier with that. I feel like there should be a turret under the bottom there. But equally, I kind of like that it's sleek and flat underneath the cockpit. I'm going to leave it. Ah, your first submission is your first public crossover from a deadly salvage ship. Yeah. I'm happy with this ship now. Let's increase this to something reasonable. looking more and more like a Halo Pelican. The Halo Pelican ship, like that shape, is a very simple shape in some ways. So it's not a surprise that lots of things end up looking a bit like that, much to a certain captain's chagrin. I wonder if I should make this into a light corridor. Might need to. So I can't really put a light in anywhere else. There's no free cube for it. Just might have to do that. I didn't want to because I kind of liked the style too. Oh, actually no, there is a block. Easy. Let's just put a corner light in here. No, that's where the... Dang it! We don't need that. Light's more important. We've got a landing place when the doors are shut. I just thought I'd do that as a bit of a different way of having things. I tend not to do red lights because lighting in Space Engineers works the way that it does, which is that it penetrates through blocks. So if you're going to have red lighting in a space, you really need to be careful of how it's going to look from the outside. And that's often hard to pull off in a way that looks good. Especially when you've got blue or other colours elsewhere. And we'll add some blue onto the wings. There. I think that works fairly nicely. Yes, Eisen, it's my attempt at an Eisen door. I thought I'd do a different approach to it. See how it felt. Yeah, the light hallway block is one that looks very industrial. Which is why I didn't like it so much. And why I instead used the Type 2 style. Alright, I need my checklist. Where's my checklist? Build checklist. All builds must have been copy-pasted to check integrity. Cut. And there's nothing there. Those are the bits that were off to the side before. That's good. Oh yeah, emergency lights are all about red. Or orange. Remote control, yes, we've got one. Gyroscope, yes, we've got one. Antenna range and name, yes, it's done. Now I need to do the guns. Yeah, Type 2 would be really nice to have a light. So I do prefer the look of it. Oh, this is drifting. Yeah. Splits his ships have integrity. Hey! They have some. Some integrity. Just barely enough to make them hopefully fun to fight. Neons down the spine. Oh, if only you could put neons onto half blocks. this is half blocks all the way back, so it's not going to work. Hey, you don't have to function well if you look good doing it, right? I should add some lights on the outside though. And where else could I sneak some lights in? Yeah. Capac is at the office. There will be some Capac shenanigans today, though. I mentioned it at the start of the stream, but as I'm sure a few people weren't here, the new series on my main channel is starting today at 8 o'clock tonight, which is 8.5 hours away. And I'm really excited. It is something different. It is something new. But Capac's still there. Piston parts blue on the payload. Maybe. That could work. Yeah, maybe I could round the tail, actually. Let's have a look. Let's see how it looks. Doop, doop, doop. Should have put symmetry back on. Does this look better? Tom Hick, it's not a stream. The thing tonight is not a stream, it is a video, so watch it at a time that suits you. Excuse me while I drink my Up and Go, which is my morning tea. It is a series, and it is a fully edited series. Yeah, I'm starting to think the straight might be better because the square edge is what it needs. Because as soon as you put these in, it starts looking World War II-y. No, not a series like Light Echoes, a series like Survival Unlikely, like Escape from Purgatory, like our 7 Days to Die series, that sort of stuff. No, Rad Nebula, not a new episode every day, every week. Capac and I have actually already recorded probably 6 or 7 episodes worth of this new series. Which means it's not going anywhere anytime soon. There's a lot of it to be released. It does mean that I can't take feedback from you guys straight away because we've already done the things, but I think as a compromise for making sure that we've got enough content that for weeks when something goes wrong or we can't record for one reason or another, there's still plenty of stuff for me to edit. I think it's worth it. Survival Impossible is on hiatus while I await moving into my new house. Yeah, I think that is better. Or... is this better? No, that's not going to work with the... that's not going to work, I don't think. Let's try it anyway. It's just too hard for me to do the time-lapse stuff at the office, which is where I'm streaming from right now. Hey, I try to listen to the suggestions. One of the reasons I know as much about space engineers as I do is from all the comments over the years. Will the new series have a theme? Yes. Yes. What? Do you mean a theme song? No, I couldn't find a song that matched it. I think this was just... I don't think I can improve these tailwing things beyond what they are. I don't think we got the shapes that are needed to make them look right. The only other thing I thought of trying was taking the top off and seeing if this looks better. But then it looks a little bit too low. Unless we try this. Huh. I don't like it. I don't like it. Nope. Nope. Go back to the original. I think because I did the rest of the design with that tail in place, I didn't really think about it being a different size, so I didn't adapt the rest of the shape to it. I kind of filled out the front to make the back look right. I think that's why I'm struggling so much here. Theme song will be Capac dying on repeat. Extending the engine pod to the rear. Let me just try one last thing. I'm curious now. Nope, that's terrible. That's still terrible. Nope. Original best. Not changing anymore. Back to the checklist. Ammo in guns. Did I get all the guns? I think I did. Let's check. Yes. Lighting. I am as happy with the lighting as I'm going to get because there's not much else I can do because I can't add any extra lights. There's no room. Now, random minor loot. Oh, right. Cargo color. Thank you. Distracted. Forgot. Where's my paint tool? Put it on my hotbar somewhere. There we go. No, not mirror. Oh, hang on. There we go. I think that's enough. I don't think I need to add more color than that. Yeah. Itopsahik, I did look into auto-tune, except I couldn't figure out how to get any access to something like that to make it work. Because what I wanted to do for the finale of Survival Unlikely was the can with Capac owls. That's what I was thinking of doing. But I couldn't work out how to make it happen. After about half a day of searching and trying to work it out, I gave up. Sweet. Random minor loot. Does anyone have a story that might work for this ship, given it's going to be carrying explosives? No landing gear. That's true, DE. I probably could have asked him to sing it, but I thought it would be much funnier if I actually did it properly. Kind of thought that'd be funnier. Would the slats look better in grey? No, I like them in white. I like them popping out. I like them being obvious. This is a very clean ship. Need a MIDI instrument of Capac owl. Yes, exactly that. That, Ivan. That's what I want. Okay, so what room have we got for storage? We've got these lockers, which I can put a couple of tools in. Maybe a gun. Wait, can I put... I can't remember. Can I put money in these? Where's my money? No, can't put money in those. Can put money in the bed, though. Explosive shipment to a private secretive customer. Some sort of blockade runner. Not a bad idea. In that case, deserves 3 coffees. And hang on. What did I call it? I think that, yes. Yep. Mattress. Best bank ever. Space only. Atmo ship only. What's this one say? Actually kind of like this one. Yeah. Hello? So we have some random minor loot. Grid name needs a check. Info. And close the door because I'm a heathen. Make a blueprint and export. That one totally works. Hey, Lucas. How's it going? Let's check the grid integrity just in case I have stuffed it up, and I have not. Yep. Arundel, you killed Sarah. Terrible person. Export clipboard to file. We have another ship. That takes us to 48. Getting there. Slowly getting there. So, next ship. The Spire. Who was the Spire by again? Need to go a long way back through the list of cargo ship submissions. Nope, that's July 2020, so we're still got to go further back. February 2020. Oh, there's DE's ship. Still further back. Still further back. Still further back. And... oh. Wait. Oh, that's right. The duplicates threw me last time. Here we go. Trekker. The Spire. A single-person travel craft with a fairly vertical design, which was really cool. This one's different. This is quite a different ship. With the turbines on the sides and things like that. The party bus is excluded. The party bus does not meet any of the quite a few of the submission criteria as it breaks. So it was one I showed, but will not be including in the mod. So with a bit more interior space on this ship. Oh, need to change that out. Use the wrong one. Where is it? Oh, I could be cheeky and do this. There we go. The empty fancy shelf. Just to taunt people, make them think, oh, that's the one. Oh, there's nothing in it. So we got a nice vertical interior. So basically the main changes that this one's had is changing out the old school stairs with the new ones. But still managing to have the very vertical design. Why does it have turbines? I don't know why it has turbines. But I guess with the landing gear underneath, you can land and recharge. So you can land, lock to the ground, then the turbines will start working. So they'll be useful. But it actually kind of... I like what it does to the style. It's very different. I remember what other things I did to this one. It is pretty similar, yeah. Yeah, so the previous one had the old school stairs set up, whereas I feel like this has more of a defined interior. Will there be a separate mod for all the offcuts and bloopers? No. This one mod's taking long enough. I don't need to add extra things like that. I do feel like I need to put a big turret on here somewhere though. Fit one on the top. How's that going to look? Is that going to ruin the lines? Is that going to be okay? Yeah, it's kind of okay. No, it's not. Let's lose that. Let's lose this. And same there. Yeah. It does look a bit like a beholder. That's true, Nashty. It kind of does. It needs like another 12 spotlights like eyes. Yeah. No, I like that the landing gear is hidden, and you can land this without destroying those blocks. What you do is you have auto lock off. You then settle, make sure you're stationary, then switch lock. You won't have any problems. Now it looks like one of those goblin puppets from the 1990s. You talking about Furbies? They kind of look like goblins. Just having a look at this and see if there are other things I can adjust. Or if there are any bits of paintwork that I've messed up. Kind of looks right. Oh. No. Want those different? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. In fact... does this work? No, that is not the color I selected. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like this. Dark crystal puppets or labyrinth puppets. Oh, yeah, those were pretty terrible. Terrifying, not terrible. Is that going to be its law? An error with the design of a Furby ended up becoming a ship. Hang on. Someone turn that into something I can put in a data pad. I'm totally going to put that in a data pad in a bed. Not explicitly stating that it was made from a Furby, but something vaguely hinting that this came from a Furby. Because that would be a nice little Easter egg for those of you who are here watching me do this. Oh yeah, that's right. It's like, I swear there's an entry from underneath. Yes, there is. Should that be turned into a ladder? Nah. No, I like it like this. Do, however, want to change that paint. There. Yeah, that feels better. That feels much better. So you need an acronym that spells Furby. Oh, hang on. We could do something like this. This blank? Yep. I always wanted one. They sort of looked like goblins, or at least something that could steal your soul. But even with that, they were somehow cute. Cuddly, even. Something along the lines of this. I'm thinking. What? A semi-intelligent Furby AI gave birth to this abomination. No. I like this ship. But it does still remind me of a Beholder or a Furby. Flying this ship I bought and still thinking about them. Dreaming of them. And angry at my parents for never getting me one. I might just leave it at that. Like, not say Furby anywhere, but if any of you guys find this data pad, you'll know exactly where it came from. Whereas for everyone else, that is going to be a really confusing data pad. Flying Urban Intelligence Furby. Behold the unfurby. Unburfy. What? Jeez, it tops a haircut. I can imagine that a Furby would be terrifying without fur. It'd be so much worse. Oh, jeez. Oi. Alright. I liked Eisen's idea that this is sort of a mobile repair yard type vehicle, so let's get a variety of welders and grinders. And some med kits. Maybe a few of those. And why not put a package in there too? Just further confusion. Up on the bridge. Let's get some components. So, construction components. Some girders. Computers. Couple of displays. Just random little things in these. You could leave the entire interior relatively empty and say it is rather unfurbished. Glad to see the puns are following us over to YouTube. Yeah. What else can I put in here? Don't want to put anything too valuable. Maybe some more small steel tubes and let's put some scrap in there. Yeah. works. Try and give you guys lots of reasons to look in seats for stuff. Okay. Need some lighting in here. If you build it, they will pun. Yeah, data shredder. Okay, start with the top floor. This is a very grey ship, so I'm going to give this as a slightly yellowy light that I usually like. Actually, let's go quite yellow. The intensity. So I always think that Space Engineers lights in general are too bright. Yeah. This makes it feel a little less fresh. In fact, let's grab that one. And one of the ones up here, this one. Change the color slightly. Yeah, Eisen, I put the explosives in the other ship. As planned. Cool. Oh. I want to add a light down here. And there's room for a light here too. There we go. Now we can see everywhere properly. Though I think it's all too bright. That's a bit more like it. Okay, Takamiki, that's good. I like that. Let's grab that. The designers tried to go for a ship that is based off the looks of a bird, but all I see is a poorly distorted shape of one of those cheap, fuzzy mechanical bird toys for children. Just gonna have to format this a little bit. Designers tried to go for a ship that is based off the looks of the bird. All I see is a poorly distorted shape of one of those cheap, fuzzy mechanical bird toys for children. But I always... But since I always wanted one of those, here we are. What's copy paste for build vision? So when you control middle mouse onto it, press home to start copying, then insert selects everything in the list, and then page up is copy. Then when you go to the next thing, select it and press page down to paste. You don't have to copy everything in a list. You can copy only certain settings and transfer them without transferring the rest. Yeah, my text was interesting, but I feel like it was a bit darker than I wanted it. Like the tone was a bit darker than I intended it to be. I like that this is a bit lighter. A bit more lighthearted. So, we'll go with that. I like it. The spire. So, where are we up to? Checklist. Copy paste to check integrity. All right, I'll start from the top. So I think this is pretty much ready to go now. Cut. Okay, no floating blocks. That's good. What was the idea behind the layout of this thing? It's like it was built for robots. You're close. It was designed by a learning AI and approved by a committee. Yep. Committees. How you get the least objectionable option. Never the best. Now I want to see Capac capture one in a future series just so we can have a good laugh when its origin is described. Oh, you're gonna like this week's episode of Escape from Purgatory then. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm teasing, but you're gonna like it. If you like that idea, you're gonna like it. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. So copy pasted. We need to check if there is a remote control. There is. I need to check that this thing has enough lift. Let's run the script that Lucas gave me, because he's awesome. Run! What? Is there a space after it? There is. Run! Lift 14.4. That's fine. That's fine. That's okay. Next on the checklist is gyroscope. I believe I saw a gyroscope around. Gyro. Yes, there is a gyro. Antenna. The Spire has an antenna that says Spire and has a range of an acceptable radius. Next up, guns. Lots of guns. Eyes up. Hand movement off. That one's short because it's interior. That one's... Yep, that's fine. Lights on. Oh, I'm sick. I kind of want to look now. Yep. Yeah, that's horrific. So, shield your eyes if you don't want to see a Furby without fur. Interesting. Next checklist item. Have all the weapons got ammunitions? They do. Lighting, I'm happy with. Random minor loot, I'm happy with. Grid name is fixed. Check if I have closed all the doors. Doors closed. Yeah, it is a bit sad we're not on the public server for Escape from Purgatory anymore, but there are hopefully going to be some good payoffs for the fact that it's local hosted now. One, which is we're running at a sim speed of 1.0 rather than 0.7, which is what it was running for the last 4 or 5 recordings when it was on the server. So we can actually get more done in the same amount of time. So hopefully that'll be worth it in the end, that things like that are just better now. Blueprint. Copy. Export. 2 ships done this stream. That almost didn't happen thanks to annoying Twitchness. Now, we have the Scrabbler, which I'm going to do a couple of things to. So we've got our remote, which is right next to the large thruster. I can't remember, is there anything underneath this? Okay. Actually, that's not what I want to do. I was about to put a decoy in there, but that's a really bad idea because then I'm drawing fire to the remote, which makes this thing go down. But what I'm going to do is get rid of that, which has left some ammo there. I'm going to get rid of that beacon. And instead of it, it's getting some decoys. Just to make sure that anything that shoots at this with a turret has a very high chance of hitting this thruster and making this thing go down. Fernando, that is something I've toyed with the concept of. Not so much for space engineers. The idea of having a server that I let some people come on was something that I wanted to do with 7 Days to Die, actually. I had this idea, and I might try and do it in the future, but of hosting a server for supporters or a small group of people for, say, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then making it private. So everything that they did on the server is things you can find that are uniquely only on that server. So the exploration side of the game is enhanced dramatically because all these people were there before you. So that's something I'd like to do. Maybe if I get back to playing some 7 Days to Die in the future, I'll do that, because I think it's the type of game that would work for. But I don't think it'd work for so much for space engineers, because you can't have that many grids lying around and still have decent performance. We've got a number of the grids from the original Escape from Purgatory server, but not all of them by any stretch. Unfortunately, because I couldn't host it as a server, I had to host it as a local hosted game. I had to delete most of the grids so that I could actually get the game to play properly, because the reason it could handle that many things on the server was because of Torch's clever concealment behavior. You reckon a large turret up here? It would work. Oh yeah, because the thruster is actually occupying this block. That's right. Oh, losing my voice. My voice is going. That is not a good place for a streamer to be. Oh, I could get rid of the down thrusts. I'll leave them though. So inside, I'm going to paint a bit more of this white, but I've started doing that. I do like that Jexam often puts a little bit of story on the LCDs around the place. So feel free to do that on your own ships whenever I reopen submissions, which is still going to be quite some time off. Let's change this up. Can all stay blue, and then you come through here and there's a bit of white stuff so you can see. And I just need to fix the lights, and I think this will be good. No, Toa Dracua, the decoys are deliberately at the main thruster because I want the player to shoot the main thruster, causing this thing to crash down and make it a harder ship to capture with that thruster intact. Because you're more likely for your Gatling turrets to end up hitting this thruster than you are anywhere else on the ship. So your chances of capturing this thruster, which big thrusters give you a lot of good stuff. So I like to try and make it so that you're less likely to get it intact. Yeah, I might do something around these decoys. What can I do? I could put catwalk down. But at least put one on top and on the bottom. Like, damn tempted just to do this. Something I try and minimize in my builds, but sometimes it just is necessary. There we go. That works. Just lighting. Gonna go back and copy the colors from this ship, because I do like Jexam's normal blue for still getting the cold, not particularly bright feeling inside, but also having enough light that you can see. Yeah. Yeah, Master Chief, that's kind of what I was getting at. I like to make things so that turret spamming doesn't always get you the result you want. Where is that pink light coming from? Is there pink on the outside? Somewhere. No? Hello, pink light, where are you? Oh, you're that. Oh, jeez, I'm blind as a bat. There we go. Goodbye. Say hello to different light. There we are. So now even with the white color around the place, we can see and we can navigate around the space, but it still feels dark, which is what I like. Wait, what? The poor S in my screen name is so neglected. Jexam, do you want me to say your name is Jexam? Is that what you're getting at? What I can't work out how to light this space while keeping the pink confined to one room. That's why I got rid of it. Because it won't be just confined to this little space. Although, maybe I could try. Oh, did DE miss... Oh, DE missed your S. Also, Jax, what colour pink do you use again? Since you're here, I may as well ask you. That's relatively close. Oh, but it bleeds through. I don't like it. I don't like it. Don't like the bleeding. Yeah, like it bled through on the bed because the only block that had the light... Because there's no way I can put... Unless I get rid of the lockers. I could get rid of these lockers and put the light there. That might work. Nope, can't get rid of those lockers. That doesn't work. Oh yeah, could use the offset and see if that works. Which way am I going? That way. Oh yeah. That's working. It's pretty dark out here now, though. That's pretty minimal bleed for a space engineer's light. No, that's too much. This is getting fiddly. Oh yeah, hang on. Hold up. I have an idea here. Let's just regret my decision-making process and do a quick load, because I just painted a whole bunch of the ship that I don't want to have to repaint. Dang it. Why did I have to have a block out when I did that? Randall, I don't know if the problem with the lights not saving the offset value has been fixed. I don't know. I hope so, since I'm trying to take advantage of it. Another way I could do this. Yes, there is. Is there a block over here for light? Yes, there is. Okay. Let's try. Arg! Should really use my grinder more often. It's more reliable. Let's grab all these lights. That's a bit better. Some tanning booth action there. Yeah. I really need that to be able to go to 4.5 meters. And as soon as I do that, there's pink on that surface there. Which way does the offset move it? I think it moves it towards the turret, yeah. So, if instead I were to put a pair of lights there, and then this. You walk in, you got pink light, then you walk around here and there is no effective bleed. Yeah. Can probably even reduce that offset a little bit because that's a little bit too much. Like that. Yeah. Okay. Now I want to make a tanning salon ship. Don't know how you're going to pull that off, Eisen, but sure, give it a go? Question mark? Not sure that's a great idea. Could be entertaining, I guess. Right. Checklist. Need to checklist this ship now. And then the Scrabbler is ready to go. Then we just got the Callisto, Buzzard, and Hecate, and we are finished this bunch. I don't think I'm going to finish those today, but I want to finish the Scrabbler today. Patrick, search for Daily Needs Survival Kit, and that will give you the mod you're looking for. We've got one turret on top. We've got a turret underneath, and we've got a turret inside. I'm going to step this ship's gun game up a bit. And that is the wrong place to put those turrets. That looks weird. Now I really want that turret at the back. Grr. Wait a second. Is that on purpose? It's all nice and sleek and then bam. I feel like that's missing something. Jackson? Is that missing blocks? I think it's missing something. I think I want it to have something there. At the very least, it should be like matching the other end. So do this. Yeah, that feels better. Didn't seem right. The joys of me working on your ship, Jax, is that I call out your name and then if you weren't paying attention, you have no idea why. There we go. Fixed up something that I should have fixed at the start of the stream. Oh, you may have shaved down the armor for PCU. What is the PCU of this thing? I feel like it's clear. Yeah, it's well clear. 3009. Dealing with a very bad orc situation. Isn't every orc situation a bad one? If this ship is from 2019, the blocks to better fill that space didn't exist. It's true, but the blocks that I used did. Alright, we have guns. So, lighting is okay. Let's check integrity. That looks fine, although it won't let me paste, so that means there's something in the way. And I think it might be a floating object. Entity list, floating objects, yes. Yeah, there we go. If there was a block floating in there, I wouldn't be able to repaste it. Have we got a remote control? Remote. Yes, we do. Let's check to see how much this thing can fly. $11.21. Let's flip those thrusters around. Fact. Just gonna check. How does this look with the sci-fi thruster? What do you guys reckon? Should I upgrade this to sci-fi thrusters? The reason I don't tend to do much in the way of missile turrets is they can do some decent damage, but mostly they just tend to miss. Oh, it's inspired by the Scuttler. Cool. Yes, alright. Sci-fi thrust it is. And let's get some sci-fi lifting thrust to add to the biggin. Nope, not there. There. Oh, I'm gonna have to do the turrets again. Meh. Now, obviously, the sci-fi thrusters didn't exist when Jackson made this ship. I generally just like them more on the whole. They're just so much easier to integrate into a ship design than the original thrusters. Okay, and 3 more to go. Don't know that I'll need to... That is an option though. I could remove those catwalks. I think I like this negative space though. In the back. Let's just run the script again and see what happens. 13.46. That's enough alien, I think. So that's okay. I'm happy with that. A lot of these ships can't function on Omicron, which is sad for Survival Impossible, but as long as they work on Alien, Earth, Mars, I'm good, I think. Cool. Alright, need to put those guns back that I deleted. Let's get these, set their range up to high, idle movement off. That one's the inside one. I'll leave these both at 600 actually. Yeah, Lucas, there is the weirdo world Pertum with its very low atmospheric ceiling, which makes it very, very difficult for cargo ships to do anything there. Yeah, Toa Dracua, that was on purpose. Thanks to Lucas's brilliant updates with Rival AI, it no longer uses the vanilla autopilot at all, which means we don't need downward thrust. Which is amazing. Yes, Maple Bacon, it would be better if that script gave me acceleration in number of Gs, which Lucas did do to that script for me, and then I lost that version of the script. So I'm using the version that I was able to find when I looked through our several years of sending stuff. It took me forever to find it, even that one. I don't know what I did to the better one that he sent me. So I've just been using that one. It's not that hard to work out in your head, divided by 9.81. Yeah, Takamiki, I had one job. Patrick, no. I will not have a rover submission for Assertive Combat Systems. Lucas, unless he's changed his mind, which I don't believe he has no plans on making rovers work with modular encounters. So I have no plans on trying to integrate rovers into the mod. Lucas, you sent me a flight test script which worked to figure out whether the ship could fly in Omicron with vanilla thrust output at the given the worst possible flight path that MES takes. So the lowest atmospheric density that it will ever put a path through. What is that ship with the bright orange stripes next to this ship? This one. This is the Callisto. The Callisto was made by... Flyboy. C172 Flyboy. Made that one. Sweet. Let's get back to the checklist. What was I up to? Copy pasted, remote control, gyroscope. Yeah. Yes, Dragnon, I lost my homework. Antenna range and name. Scrabbler with 1B because the Scuttler only had 1T. Let's up that a little bit. Guns at adequate range and idle movement off. Yes. Internal. Yes. Yes. Ammo. Yes. Check lighting. Lighting is okay. Random minor loot. I don't think I'm going to put any data pads on this one because we've got that written there. Instead, what I will do is put a couple of things in some of these lockers around the place. Oh, Lucas, I could have sworn you wrote me an update to it at some point from the one that I'm using that actually gave it the output in Gs rather than in meters per second. But I might be misremembering. Okay. We have a ship. Ah, Takamiki. You might think that about the bed's inventory. Let me show you. Beds are the only block you do have to lie in. It's annoying. Oh no, it doesn't. Oh, they changed that. They fixed it. Oh, never mind. I take that back, Takamiki. You are correct. I can just press I to access the bed's inventory. You used not to be able to. So I got into the habit of always jumping in the bed. Also, is there a way for me to get a light in here? Yes, there is. I imagined what you just wrote, Takamiki, as said in Capac's voice. Okay. Check the grid name. JXS Scrabbler. I'm going to shorten the name just because it makes it easy to work with. And close the doors. I think I closed them all, but just in case. Close the doors. Make a blueprint. Copy. And export. Sweet. Sweet, 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 sweet. I think that is a good note to finish today on, which is a lot better than the note that today's stream started on. That's another 3 ships done. That means I've hit 50. That's 50. That's 50 cargo ships. Like, that doesn't count the variants. That's 50 actual cargo ships all ready to be integrated into the mod. So I think what I'm going to try and do is next week, I reckon I'll see if I can get these 3 ships done, and then we'll have a stream of putting it all together. With just the basic easy difficulty stuff, making sure there's a spawn group for all of them, testing them all in the mod, getting shot at a whole lot of times, making sure the drones are all spawning, all that sort of stuff. I didn't forget the sci-fi at the front. There's sci-fi. Yeah, integrating it all, checking that everything is actually working as it's supposed to. And then I reckon that could take me a whole stream to do, and then it'd be another couple of streams of working out the difficulties. So that'll be setting up the new spawn groups for the higher difficulties, the medium and the hard, the ones that'll spawn with. I've got a few designs that were submitted of large grid drones. So like the hard difficulty ships will spawn with an escort in large grid that comes with it. But then I'll have to develop the behaviors for those ones, because those ones are going to need to have a trigger to switch to a fighter style behavior. So they'll initially just act as a cargo ship flying alongside the other ones, no problems. Then as soon as you attack or get too close, they'll switch, they'll become a drone, they'll go after you. I don't want large grid ships to be called in as aid, but I want them to spawn with these ships as a helper. So as part of integrating that, I think I'll design some of my own to go along with it. Most of the escort ships, I think I'm going to use Jexam's color scheme for, because I kind of have started thinking of his ships as the police force of the pack, since a lot of them visually fit that role quite nicely. So I might steal that color scheme to go with it. But yeah, we're getting close to this thing being releasable. At some point, I'll try and work out a time to stream with Pav, who worked on the Assertive Bunkers mod, so that I can integrate it into the mod as well, so that it'll be integrated, but you can still choose whether you have them spawn or not by adding another mod to your game. Because once all that, and I think a few more things that I put into the roadmap last time. Oh yeah, the voice lines, got to do that too. So once all of that's done, it'll be releasable. Which will be amazing and exciting. And I'm really looking forward to it. Because I think that's going to be... that's going to make this a properly epic NPC mod to play with. So much variety that the chances of you remembering how every single ship works is pretty low, or at least it'll take you long enough that it doesn't really matter if you know them by that point. You've kind of earned the knowledge by that point. Yeah. Will you be adding blinking pink-blue lights on the cop ships? Maybe. I could be convinced to do that if I can make it happen with the rival AI behaviors, so that as soon as you attack, they start turning those on. But yeah, so there's all that, but more exciting than that is that tonight we have a new series starting on my channel, which I keep harping on about, but I'm really excited, and I really look forward to hearing and reading all your comments on that one. And there is plenty more other than that. And I will see you all then. Capac and I will be back on Friday with more streams over on Twitch. Have a great week, everyone. Thanks for coming.